Rich, do you want to share some of the posts right now, or did you want to wait till after? It's completely up to you, but
No, let's do his
uh,
post right now. I got Will's queued right up, so here it comes.
all right, let's do it. And we'll just see what Will had to share. So this is, I think, during the introductions in the beginning, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Rodtang.
Yeah. This is, yeah, Rodtang's walkout. Go on to the next one, Rich. And this was him. He was super close over here. But this is straight from Will's phone, too. Right next to Stamp Fairtex as she's celebrating Mikey Musumeci's win. So it looked like he had a really good time, man. Props to you, Will. I'm glad that you had a good time over there, man. It's well deserved. But it seemed like he had a blast. Main event, we had Demetrius Johnson versus Adriano Moraes. What were your thoughts on that one there?
Dude, not a very entertaining fight, but just high-level clinch work from DJ. Man, his knees and elbows and fighting inside the clinch was just, I mean, he did what he needed to do to win, and it was smooth how he worked in there, especially against such a big guy like Moraes.
Yeah, and I think that's
and got himself 2 checks.
Moraes. He's massive for that weight division. Massive. Dude. Huge difference between him and DJ. Here's DJ eating another knee that night, and that probably was the cleanest shot that Moraes had landed all night. But I was really like drawn into by the mummy guard that DJ was using a lot to close the distance. Like he was just walking in, and then just clinch onto something really quickly. And Moraes was allowing it a lot of times, right? I thought maybe he'd be able to use some lateral footwork to get out of there before DJ would be able to clinch him. But, was there anything else that you thought was pretty surprising watching this?
It was surprising that later in the fight, I remember it looked like even he was willing to want to clinch. Moraes was like, he wouldn't shy away from it. He would go into it, and then he was just taking some knees to the body that I was just like, you keep getting hit with these, you gotta go for broke at this point.
Yeah, and Will says, shout out Mihoko, Valentina, and Ty from One. Coolest people in the world. This event was seriously insane in person. Yeah, that's awesome, Will. That's awesome. Hey, next time
he's having a hell of a time. So
get us some press passes next time, bro. What are you doing? Just LSK.
Get some stories. Get the whole crew out there.
Yeah, dude. Come on. What are we doing, Will? But no, I still, like you said, maybe not the most entertaining in the world. Very technical fight from both of them. And I mean, you wouldn't expect anything else. Moraes has proven that he's one of the best in the world. DJ, some people consider him the GOAT. Where's DJ ranked for you?
The DJ's up there. It's a hard list right here. You got to put him top 3.
Top 3? I'm guessing you got John Jones up there somewhere too.
Yeah, John Jones. All right, are we going off? We're going off just fighting. No, we're not taking any PR into account for this one. We're just going just fighting skill.
Strictly fighting. No cocaine usage. No strip clubs. Nothing like that. So John Jones is still in it.
I think John Jones won. I mean, you just look at the guys that he took out, let alone and his age at the time that he took them out on the way to getting the title. They were almost all of them legends.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Being Shogun for the title at such a young age.
Shouldn't have a loss on his record.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd say him. DJ maybe 2, and then GSP.
Oh, there we go. Hey, that's a good list. Yeah, CMT Fluxicity asked earlier, top 10 most well-rounded fighters. Look, that's a whole other episode that we could do, and break it down.
We can do an hour just on that, maybe.
Exactly. But we'll keep it right here to just the 3 that Landry just named off. But that's a good list in my eyes, man. All right, we can move on to the co-main event. This is where it started getting really exciting. or leading up to the Rodtang Jim fight. But we had Rodtang versus Edgar Juarez Tabares going into this fight. Look, Edgar Juarez Tabares, he's got some WBC titles, but you see the name come up against Rodtang, and you're in your head probably thinking like, okay, this should be a showcase for Rodtang for a lot of U.S. fans that haven't heard of him before, that haven't seen him fight. They're putting him out in front of the entire U.S. to see now. This is a good matchup for him.
Yeah.
For Rodtang, that is.
Dude, who do you got to put in front of Rodtang to make him not walk somebody down?
It's insane. It really is, man. This guy's a machine. This is probably what Jessica Andrade wants to be able to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Take a kick to the head and just shake it off.
Jessica Andrade probably watches his tape and is like, I can do
it. Didn't work out very well. The thing is that, okay, Edgar Juarez Tabares comes in. Again, it's not like he's some slouch out there, right? He's got some WBC titles in Muay Thai. He had that nice little spinning back elbow. So he would throw a body kick. Rodtang would catch it. And when he'd release, Rodtang would try to throw a right hook.
Yep.
And then Edgar would come in with that spinning back elbow trying to catch him. But he went to the same move.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, went to it way too many times. Can't do that against the guy with the experience and IQ of Rodtang.
No. And it was really easy for him after that.
Yeah. I mean, like how he knocked him out, obviously, as you just alluded to, was the picking up on that. He blocked that elbow, clinched him, and dude, just elbow right over top on the money.
Yeah, and when Edgar was coming in with that spinning back elbow, he would be able to take a couple steps back and get out of range real quick. But on that one, he does the spinning back elbow. Rodtang just reaches over, like you said, grabs him behind the neck, and just comes forward with that elbow. And it was like on the bottom of the chin, right?
Dude, I don't know. I didn't see exactly where it landed. I couldn't tell if it was chin or like temple, but either way, it flatlined him. It landed.
It was on his head, somewhere on his head for sure.
Yeah.
He was out.
Put him out.
And again, I'm so happy that he got some of the limelight over here in the U.S. I think it's well deserved. And Chatri loves this guy. Just throws 100K his way.
Yeah.
Dude, Dana White was sweating, man, when he's seeing all these bonuses just being tossed out left and right. He's like, I hope not too many people are watching this.
Right now. You get 50K, you get 100K, you get 50K.
Yeah, dude, left and right, man. And so a couple things with one. I've told Will this before, and I don't know how you feel about it, but the way that they go through and they introduce the fighters from the main card in the very beginning, everybody comes out on the main stage. They introduce them one by one. I love that. And then the fact that they call out bonuses during the post-fight interview, I absolutely love as well.
Yeah, that is cool. It's cool because when you get you get the reactions too. Like you don't have to see like a social media clip. Like my boy Evan Elder, I don't know if you saw his last fight, but he got fight of the night. And he didn't, he found out by one of our teammates who was helping corner him, walking up to him in the hotel, video him like, yo, you just got 50K fight of the night bonus, and he was just like, "What? Like you're screwing with me." But you get like reactions like that in the octagon for all the fans to see, in that moment. That's cool.
Yeah, Dana, take some notes, bro. Come on. But yeah, great fight. Again, Rodtang had his opportunity to be showcased. Before that, we also had another big name coming out of Thailand. We had Stan Fairtex. Dude, I'm a big fan. Now, I'm sorry. Let me let everybody know. We're skipping Mikey Musumeci. Props to Mikey. That guy will grab onto anything possible and just find a way, whether it's a leg or, in this case, the rear naked choke. But another great performance. But we'll stick to the MMA for now. We had Stamp Fairtex versus Elisa Anderson. What were your thoughts?
It was a fun fight. I haven't seen Stamp Fairtex. I don't know how many MMA fights she had. I had figured this was going to be a Muay Thai fight just based on her last name, but I've only seen clips of her and her personality. Dancing to the cage, doing like all her fun videos. She has a very like infectious personality. She's fun. Like she draws you in just by her being who she is. But it was cool to see her like dog it out in a fight, and she had great striking. Got into some scrambles where I was like, oh, the scramble is the ground going to be somewhere she lacks, but she actually took advantage. Almost even got the back fighting. So
yeah, I know that was sweet.
That knockout finish she had, that was a very slick setup.
It was, man. And like you were talking about the takedown, using Elise Anderson's momentum, right, to end up on top, still being able to transition and take the back. She had said, that she wanted to showcase what she'd be able to do with jiu-jitsu too. Not just that, but they're like, hey, what if Elise Anderson tries to take you down? She's like, well, then, I'll just feed her a couple knees real quick. Like, she's not scared of the takedown. She's not worried about going down to the ground, which is something I love about Stamp. Doesn't mean that she's an absolute world beater down there. But still, she's willing to fight on the ground too. Yeah. But Rich, you have the video of the finish, right? And shout out One for giving us permission to show this as well. If you could play it, Rich.
You have a little bit of a clench on the cage.
I feel your pain. I feel your.
What was that?
I was just saying, if he had like the little 3 seconds before that, the little clinch work on the cage, she just like slipped in some really good knees with like no space with her back on the cage, and that kind of made Anderson turn a little bit, and then she ripped a left knee and right off of it through that right body kick. It was real smooth.
Awesome
like
setup.
Full lower body combo. No punches
and that's
were
the thing
involved.
with these Muay Thai fighters, right? Where they've been fighting Muay Thai in some cases since they were 7, 8 years old. And their ability to land those knees from any position is super impressive. And not just that, but be able to generate an immense amount of power. And the way that they're able to bring it up and dig in is super impressive, man. So another one where Stamp is pretty big outside of the U.S. For anybody that watches One, they know of Stamp already, super popular. But for anybody that hasn't and took the opportunity of One being here in the U.S., another fighter that was showcased for One FC. You said you hadn't really watched Stamp that much before?
No, I hadn't. Just seen the Instagram clips that go around of her being crazy.
Dude, you got to watch her more, man. And me recently, I just started watching One a lot more now because of Will. Will is a fight degenerate, okay? Yeah. He will watch any fight, anywhere, no matter what the organization. So he puts me in on all these different fighters that he's seeing, very much like I had told him about you, right? When I was over here at XKO, and I was like, dude, you got to watch this guy, Landry. Now he does this with organizations from all over the world. Your boy here is more, U.S. based. Will's international. Yeah. He'll find people from all over the world, but she's such an exciting fighter, man. Definitely somebody that you should have on your radar going forward. And then we'll cover the last couple fights right here. We're reaching an hour. Sage Northcutt versus Ahmed Mujtaba. Did you watch this one?
Yeah, I did. I mean, you could have watched like a Instagram reel of this one. That was a quick finish. No, dude,
actually, you're right.
Sage coming back after such a crazy injury is pretty wild. Props to him for getting back to it. Yeah, 4 years after having facial reconstruction surgery, I'm guessing.
Yeah, his face was broken in like so many different pieces, his orbital bone, and man, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Cosmo Alexander's a bad man. But
he is, dude.
Yeah, for him to come back and even fight after such a serious injury, props to him for doing that. Little scary that, he got dropped with a jab, and that's what set up his finish on the ground.
Rich saying this dude is built like Ivan Drago. Yeah, he is actually. Yeah, he's solid, man.
You can see every little muscle fiber that he has.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But with Sage, you wonder what did he do in those 4 years? Because he was kind of out of the limelight, like he wasn't really posting a bunch of training or doing things like that, but he must have been working. And you mentioned, Team Alpha Male, Sage Northcutt earlier. And those guys are really known for their grappling over there, their wrestling, their jiu-jitsu. And he got to showcase some of that on Friday night.
Hey, his opponent, he just made he just made a little mistake. He was trying to rush too much. He had a dominant position, but he was really trying to rush, like getting to a ground and pound, and he made his hips loose for like 3 seconds, and Sage immediately took advantage of it. Slid under
and
there.
finished it quickly.
Yeah, slid under there, laced the leg around, and as soon as he rolled, he locked onto that heel. So yeah,
That was pretty disgusting. But I just remember from last time that I saw Sage Northcutt to, like, they put the fighters' pictures up there and the tail of the tape. And I was like, oh, man, he has peach fuzz now. He's all grown up, And what really solidified it for me was, like, he doesn't call Uriah Faber Mr. Faber anymore. He calls him Uriah. And I was like, oh, dude, he's all grown up now, man.
He's all grown up. He's
all grown up.
He's out of school.
Yeah, exactly. All right. In the last fight we're going to cover, Ongla and Song versus Rong Fan. Now, you've been training with Ongla, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You were probably pretty excited watching this then.
Oh, yeah. Such a good dude. Yeah, such a good dude. I mean, he's done everything you can do in the sport, and he still shows up day in and day out doing training and living like he's, just started in the sport. So he's along with Gilbert, man, just two really high-level human beings, and they set good examples for everybody. So it's good, love to see them doing their thing. Tough day for Gilbert, but all in all, good things are going on with his life. So it's good to see these two doing good, and it's fun to see this fight.
Awesome, man. With Rong Fang, he surprised me a little bit because I felt like Ongla was going to be able to come in here and just dominate from the beginning, and he had some nice head movement, man, throwing a lot of combos. But Ongla had this left hook that landed a few times, and I mean, for every 2 or 3 shots that Fan landed, I felt like one shot of Ongla was carrying more, if not just as much power as those combos.
Yeah, dude. Fawn had his movement was really good. I think it was even throwing Ong off a little bit, and Ong was just trusting in his power. Every time he threw, he sat down hard in it and stayed in there. I think that's why Fawn was having some success with the counters. But
and then, dude, the post-fight interview, man, from Ongla, so good. Did you get to see it?
Yeah, I might have to hear it again. I just remember
he
him,
just said, I'm just a guy from Myanmar. The American dream is alive and well. God bless America.
Yes.
And I was like, God damn it. That is fantastic. Dude, I was so pumped after that. And I absolutely fell in love even more with Ongla, man.
Yeah, dude, that's 3 different people who were just saying, like, Chatri, the owner. I remember before the fight, he was saying, like, I was a kid with nothing. The American dream is alive. And then I think Rodtang alluded to that too. I don't know if he directly said the American dream is alive, but he was like, I was a poor kid with no money. I can't believe I'm I can't believe I'm here. I don't know if he said anything about the American dream, but same thing.
It's just good to see, man.
Sometimes nobody loves America more than the immigrants,
Well, the people that have gone outside of America and seen how it could be. But you're absolutely right.
But yeah, along with like him doing everything in the world, like he is an absolute superstar where he's from, and he's just one of the most nice and humble human beings you'll meet. And my first day that I ever went to Kill Cliff, it was Sanford then, and he was the first one to say what's up, and I start having a conversation with you. So
good,
really good dude. Always good to see him having success.
Awesome, man. And we didn't allude to it, but he had that modified guillotine at the end that finished it against Fawn. It seemed really tight, and just a minor adjustment where he went through and just hooked that left leg so that Fawn couldn't make any adjustments himself. Oh, dude, it was beautiful, man.
Yeah, dude,
so good.
Like Fawn was deep on that takedown, and Ong was just able to slide his hips slightly back and make room for his right arm to just fall under the chin, or left arm fall under the chin and lock that up. So that was high level stuff.
Beautiful finish. And just a quick mention, we also had Kazakhstan versus Soldic, which was a pretty big upset. Kazakhstan just landed major shots on Soldic and put him out. And Will, again, being somebody that's huge into one, was just letting me know how big of an upset that is. And he seems so nonchalant. I don't know if you ended up watching that fight or not, but they're going through and interviewing him afterwards, and he's just like, "Yeah, that's what I do. I like to fight." You know, that's it was so like whatever, like just another day at work. You know? Hey everybody, Romero and Will here. Thank you so much for watching that short clip. It's just a small clip of what we covered this last Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to check out the full fight card recap, the link is in the description, and it's going to be on screen at the end here. Don't forget to go back and watch our fighter interviews that we have. And don't forget to tune in live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can join in on the fun.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It goes a long way. All right, everybody, thanks for watching that short clip from Story of the Fight.